Hello people, it's me Coach Jojo, IFBB Pro here. Since today is the second day of lockdown in Malaysia, so I decided to do my second home Pilates workout. So yesterday we did a series of standing workout to just work on those legs and probably you feel the arms burning a little bit. So today we're going down to the floor. Pilates mat workout. We're going to do a lot more about your core today. So let's get started. So if you have a mat, place a mat. If you don't have a mat, get some towels and just spread it on the floor. And if you need more cushioning on your tailbone, your pelvis, then do so. Okay, grab some whatever towels, not a pillow. I think a pillow will be too soft. Maybe some cushion from a chair or something to just support you a little bit. So my mat is pretty nice and thick. As you can see, this is a Pilates mat. So here we go, we're gonna start. Okay, so let's start the first one. We're gonna just warm up the abs a little bit. So sit more towards the front end of the mat. You want to make sure behind you there's space and you don't have to adjust so much later. Now just start with reaching your hands forward. This is an easy version. Keep your shoulders down. Make sure everybody's shoulder is down and not bring your shoulders up. Okay, you're gonna sit up as tall and straight as you can. Now we're gonna inhale. Deep breath in through your nose. Now breathe out through your mouth. You're going to slowly roll backwards into the half roll back. Okay, you see my spine is nice and round. Inhale and then exhale. You're going to sit up very nice and tall. And again, inhale and then exhale. Rolling backwards, rounding your back. Think about scooping your tailbone to the front. Think about a little bit of like letting a pelvis tilt, letting a bottom roll. Inhale and then exhale. Rolling up, sit up very nice and tall. Again, inhale and then exhale. Inhale and then exhale. Rolling up, sitting up nice and tall. One more time. Inhale and then exhale. Realize my hand, I'm keeping it parallel to the floor all the time. Inhale and then exhale. I'm sitting up very nice and tall. Rolling down. Imagine somebody punching your tummy. Or imagine scooping ice cream out from your tummy with belly button touching your spine. Inhale and then exhale. Rolling up nice and tall. So that's a beginner version. A little bit harder version, I want you to look at your tummy. So I'm already contracting my abdominal. I'm rounding my tummy already. I want you to imagine I have a ball in your tummy. Okay, sucking in those tummy. Think about belly button tightening and touch your spine. We're going to inhale and then exhale, rolling backwards. While you roll backwards, you look straight to the front. Inhale and then exhale. We're going to round your body forward, looking at your tummy and reach forward. And again, inhale and then exhale. Round, tilting your pelvis and roll backwards. And then imagine you're rounding over a big ball. And going forward. Now I'm going to make it a little bit harder this time. Rolling backwards. Now from here, we'll reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Now make sure you're not coming up. You're going to stay as low as you can. Now we're going to cover a big ball in front of you. Inhale and then exhale. Rolling backwards. You're going to imagine the ball is growing very big. You reach your hands up and cover the ball. So you want to really tightening those tummy in. And then let's go for one last one. Rolling back. And then reach your hands up. Finding your core strength here and then round forward. Keep those tummy really, 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 really tight. And then take a breather. So a lot of people, especially those bodybuilders out there, have been talking about those vacuum technique. And you realize that it all in Pilates. So let's move on with another and then I'll explain more. Now let's reach your hands forward. We're going to just make it a little bit harder and work on those obliques a little bit more. You're going to inhale and then exhale. We're going to roll backwards. Now what we're going to do now, we're going to open the right hand and reach towards the back corner of your mat. Look at your fingers and then sweep the floor, coming back, sitting on top. You're going to inhale and then exhale. Open your hand to the other side, twisting your spine. Inhale and exhale, sweep the floor. Return, coming back nice and straight. And again, round back and open. Inhale and then exhale, sweep the floor and come up. Round the back, mention be punching the tummy. Keep it low and reach. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale and then exhale, rolling backward, reaching your arms long and nice and smooth out. Coming back to the center one more time. Right, to make sure that you're not moving your bottom, okay, while you're doing this. Make sure your knees are not moving, alright? You can do a few more times if you like. Now we're going to roll down to the floor. Okay, there you go. Here we are on the floor. Okay, now we're going to practice the ab prep. Okay, hands relaxed at the side. Your knees are bent. Okay, with your feet pointing to the front, all your 10 toes to the front, and your knees are up towards the ceiling. So try not to close it together or open it too wide. Just keep it nice and straight up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to practice your ab prep. You're going to inhale through the nose and then exhale through the mouth. We're going to roll the head of shoulder blades off while you breathe out. Inhale to roll down to the floor. Relax the shoulders, and again inhale. And then exhale, bring your chin down towards the chest, roll the head off, roll the shoulder blades up. At the same time, we keep the tummy tight and then lower down. Now a lot of people like to do crunches in the gym, and they will come as high as you can. You'll just be doing this. Now you see, the tummy is popping out. So what you want to do in Pilates, you don't want it to pop out. I will think about deepening inside, okay? Now before we try to do more of the ab prep, like a crunches, we're going to practice your breathing. So let's breathe. You're going to inhale through the nose. And then when you exhale, I want you to think about wearing a tight corset around the waist. I'm going to lift up my shirt, my sports bra, whatever. And I'm going to show you what my abs is doing. Okay, so I'm going to leave my hand also so you can see it. So you're going to inhale through the nose. And then exhale. This is what I'm doing. I'm really tightening it. I'm engaging my TA, my transversus abdominis. I'm keeping myself in a neutral spine now. But there's a little gap, as you can see it. There's a little gap in my lower back. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Really think about wearing a tight corset around the waist. You want to imagine or wearing a tight belt. From the back, you zip it up at the front here. Okay? Inhale. And then exhale. So a lot of bodybuilders like to do this to engage the TA, to get a smaller waist. Though I don't believe that you can actually get a smaller waist by doing ab exercises, but well, it's better than it's actually help you to improve, so there's no harm doing it, but it actually will magically make your waist smaller. Inhale and then exhale. Now we're going to do the ab prep with this breathing. Inhale and then exhale. My tummy is going deeper. It's not coming up. And then return. Inhale and then exhale. Really think about lifting everything up and keeping it flat. And then return. One more time. Inhale and then exhale. And then relax down. And you can do as many times as you like. Make sure there's no tension in your neck. And then return down. One more time. And then return. Now we practice a normal breathing. Now we're going to practice something called an imprint. Wash my pelvis. You're going to inhale and then exhale. Now I'm sinking you really deep down, and as you can see, I'm moving my pelvis. I'm not tucking from my bottom, okay? I'm using my tummy to suck it in. So this will really engage like your very deep transversus abdominis, your obliques. So you're going to do this, and this is very good to support your back. And the release. Inhale to release, there's a little gap. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. As you can see, I'm over exaggerating for you to see, because I don't have much arch on my back actually. Okay, so you might not be able to see, so I was purposely exaggerating for you, so you don't have to do that actually. You just keep your spine neutral. Inhale. And exhale. Use the tummy to pull your pubic bone closer towards you. At the same time, they were lifting up your pelvic floor muscles. Okay, imagine like holding the pee slightly, just slightly, don't squeeze it too hard. Just a little lift and release. And exhale. Going to that imprint. Now stay in your imprint. Your imprint is very important when you are lifting a leg off. So let's lift up your legs. Okay, so you want to keep in the imprint, make sure your lower back is not lifting off. See, my abdominal is still working very hard, keeping it as deep and low as possible. Hands relax at the side. We're going to inhale and exhale. We just do a toe tap. Touch your right toe down and then return. And exhale. Down and then up. So I'm actually moving from my pelvis. I'm moving from my hip flexor, not my pelvis, and then lifting up. My pelvis stays still. I'm moving from my hip flexor, which is for my thigh. So I am not doing bending my knee, okay? I keep my knee at the same position and I just lower my entire thigh. Inhale and exhale, going down. Inhale and exhale. I should be able to start feeling your abs are working really hard, especially those lower abs. And then I also like to make it harder by doing both legs. And I realize if I do both legs, I can't go low. Because what happens if I go low? I'll arch my back. Because I just can't. My body structure just won't allow me. And I return. So you're going to inhale and exhale. And I return. Really engaging those core. Exhale to go down because you want to hold in that position. Inhale to return. Exhale. The exhale will help you from arching your back. Inhale, return. One last one. And inhale to return, coming back up. Okay, if you're tired, you can put down your leg and take a breather. Okay, if I'm going to move on a little bit, so we're going to continue. We're going to move on and continue. Okay, legs up. All right, now hands at the side. Now this is my favorite series. After this series, you're going to feel burning at your abdominal. You're going for the single leg stretch, double leg stretch, and a crisscross. You're going to inhale, exhale, rolling up, looking at your tummy. Now you can choose whether you have your hand here or put your hands behind your head. Okay, whichever version you feel more comfortable. We're going for a single leg stretch. You want to make sure your neck are not getting too tired. Now don't go too low. A lot of people make a mistake of going too low. So don't go too low. Actually about 45 degrees, you should start feeling your abs burning because the lower you go, you're using your back more. You can do as many as you can. If you're tired, put your hands behind your head. Now if you're a more advanced level, you can actually challenge yourself a little bit more by using your arms. So how do you use your arm? So if I'm bending my leg right, outside hand at the ankle, inside hand at my knee. And then I change. Outside hand at the ankle, inside hand at the knee. And then come back and then you take a breather. Now let's go for a double leg stretch. Go straighten both legs to the front and return. Of course, and again, don't go too low. Keep the tummy really nice and tight. Or you can support your head. Or of course, advanced level, you can add in your hand. Oops. Circle your hand. So when you straighten your legs, you straighten your hand at the back. Now make sure you don't let your body drop down. Try to come up and then circle. Exhale, reach out, inhale, circle your hand around. One last one. And then you return. You can take a breather. Now from here, we're going for our favorite crisscross. Let's put your hands behind your head. Okay, we're going to roll up into ab prep. Now single leg stretch, add in a twist. And twist. And twist. And twist. You want to make sure that you're not rolling your bottom, okay? Alright, keep going. Now elbows want to touch outside of your knee. come back to the center and relax. Oh, I feel my core is burning. Like seriously, sometimes I feel like, come down a little bit lower to talk to you. A lot of people tell me that, oh, they don't feel it, they don't feel it. I always think that if you don't feel it, your mind-muscle connection, you really need to work on it more. If you have really good mind-muscle connection, you will feel the burning even by doing a simple exercise. All right, let's do something a little bit different here. We're going to go for a bridge, okay? So a little bit more articulation for the spine. Your hands relax at the side. So I'm starting in a neutral spine first, okay? Now I'm going to inhale. When I exhale, I tighten my tummy, going to that imprint. Now from here, I'm going to scoop the bottom up, rolling my spine up into a bridge. I'm keeping myself in a neutral spine. I'm not overarching with my back, just a neutral so that my abs are working equally hard. Inhale, and then I exhale. I slowly articulate my spine and come down. And again, inhale, and then exhale. Gently rolling up, squeezing the glutes tight. Inhale, and then exhale to coming down. Gently come down. Now make sure your knees and toes are pointing to the front while you are doing this exercise. Inhale, and then exhale. Tighten up your core, slowly rolling up. As you can see, I don't have much of articulation in the spine. I got pretty flat back. So try to articulate as much as you can. We'll lift my hand off so that you can see. So while I'm doing this one, I'm not lifting up in one count. I'm actually rolling my spine. Now you want to let the spine really move, okay? I'll put my hand here. Yeah. Inhale and exhale. So I am imprint. I lift my bottom off first, then my waist follow, and then my middle back, and then I'm actually finished at my upper back. Then I reverse. I sink my rib cage down first, my chest down first, then my belly button, and then your bottom. Now it requires a lot of control. Now of course, once you get better, you can lift one leg off. Try to find your balance. Okay? You can lift the other leg off. Oh, and find your balance. And then lower down. And then you articulate your spine and come down. Now if you want it a little bit harder, let's do the harder one. Inhale and exhale, rolling up. Now once you're here, lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. Now from here, keep your spine up. Exhale, we're going to lower the leg down. And then up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale and up. You're going to bend your knee, put it down. So it's 3 times up and down. So you keep the pelvis as firm, as stable as you can. Left leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale lower. As you can see, my leg and the supporting leg almost the same height. Okay, and then I bend my knee, put it down, and then slowly lower. So take a breather. Inhale and then exhale, rolling up. And then reach. And down, and up, and down, and up. 3 times down, and then up, and then bend my leg and down. And keeping the bottom up high. Up, exhale lower, inhale up, exhale lower, inhale up. One more time, and then up, and bend my knee, put it down, and slowly articulate my spine and come up all the way. All right, very good. Now let's have you straighten your legs to the front. Flexing your feet. You're going to reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Okay, now let's drop your hands over your head. Now make sure you're not arching your back. A lot of people like to do this. When you drop their hands behind, they like to arch your back. You want to keep the spine just in the neutral. Again, so imagine you're holding a box and you're dropping the box over your head. Okay, now some of you, your hand might not be able to touch the floor, just like me. Okay, I got pretty tense shoulder here today. So I'm not going to let my shoulder go all the way down. You just can't. Inhale, reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Now I'm going to roll up. Going through the ab prep. I'm going to continue to roll up. And then I'm going to reach my spine forward. Okay? I'm keeping my spine nice and round. Going forward to reach over my toes. Inhale. And exhale. Now, this is your roll down. actually. And then you drop your hands over. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale. Look at your tummy. Continue looking at your tummy. And round your body forward. So give a nice stretch for your hamstring and for your back too. I have a pretty tight back, especially on my right side because of my weightliftings and my posture while I'm standing, because I have to teach a lot and stand a lot. That standing position causes me a lot of tension, so it's really good. Don't think about stretching it out. Now you realize I'm not doing this. A lot of people who are much more flexible tend to want to go all the way down. Now I'm actually still keeping a gap and my tummy. Then only I can feel my back stretch. Okay, I'm keeping it straight as you can see. I'm not going forward. Inhale and exhale, I'm rolling down. Tucking the bottom forward. I touch my spine one by one to go down. Inhale, reach your hands up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, I have my head off. I have my shoulder blades off. My waist is still down. I use my ab strength to come up. And then I continue rounding forward. Imagine there's a ball here. Okay, I'm trying to keep my spine really straight, lower back really straight. Inhale and then exhale. I scoop my bottom forward. I pull my tummy in. I lower my pelvis, my lower back, upper back, and then my head. Okay, you can do as many times as you want. Of course, you can change your hand position. So this is I would say it's an intermediate version. Okay, so if you feel it's very difficult for you to come out, when you change, just keep the knee slightly bent, just to reduce the lever. Okay, so you're not so long, it's easier to come up. Or you can even grab your thigh. Right, if you can't go up and down smoothly, grabbing your thigh and slowly roll your spine down. Inhale and exhale. Use your hand to help you. Okay? Great. And then rolling down. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to my next exercise. Okay? Which is my favorite exercise. I'm going to come down a little bit more because you can't see me. Okay? This is your roll over. Okay? We'll lift your legs up. So you're in an imprint and lift your legs up into tabletop. And then I want to start with your legs pointing 45 degrees to the front. Now this is the original version. Watch me. Inhale, reach your legs up towards the ceiling. Exhale, we're going to roll all the way to the back. And then if you can, touch the floor. Okay? So you will lift your leg off. Okay? Keep it parallel to the floor. And then you're going to slowly roll down. And finish with your leg pointing to the front, 45 degrees, without arching your back. Okay? As low as you can. Just not this. Okay? And again, we're going to do again. Let's go. Inhale up. And then exhale, reaching all the way to the back. Now, as low as you can. So if you can touch the floor, it's great to give yourself a nice stretch and your back and your hamstring. But if you can't, it's all right. Lift the leg up. And then now slowly coming down. You want to make sure that you're not collapsing. Okay, now what if you can't do this exercise, right? Just cross your ankle. And this is the easier version, okay? Crossing your ankles, your hands just relax on the floor. Now, you're going to lift up. And then down. Now, reminder, don't push with your hand too much. You might get a cramp in your shoulder. It's like, why am I getting a cramp on my shoulder? Okay, don't push too hard. And then down. Exhale. So, why am I bending my leg, crossing my ankle like that? To prevent you from swinging too much. It's harder to swing when you cross your ankle together. And also, you're shortening your lever, okay? It's easier. Your leg won't be so long, right? Just a little bit shorter, so you're much more compact. Now what if you can't go so high? It's alright. Just do this. Now sometimes I always tell my clients, it's a lot about your body structure, your bone structure. So if you can't do it, it's okay. It takes time. You just need to continuously practicing. So if you can't, just do this. If you can, go up all the way and then come down. Of course, this is the best version. With your leg straight. Alright, I put your leg down. So a lot of core today, a lot of your rectus abdominis, your transversus abdominis, a little bit of obliques work. So maybe we should do one more obliques work, right? Let's turn around, okay? I'm gonna turn around and face you. Let's do a little bit of obliques work so that you feel, you know, you have a nice waist during this holiday season. Okay, not your holiday, but lockdown. Okay, anyway, so we're gonna lie down sideways. Okay, I'm gonna lift this up so that you can see me. So I'm lying down sideways here now, so that you can see I'm actually not lying down this way. I'm not lying down like with my body totally relaxed. I'm lifting my waist off, okay, so that it's straight. Yeah, so I'm resting my armpit on the floor and my side of my pelvis on the floor. So by doing this, actually your obliques is already working to keep you in a straight position. Okay, you don't want to just relax, nothing is working here. So I prefer to just keep it this way. Now I like to put my hand at the side so that I force myself to balance harder. Before that, you can put your hands here. Okay, there's a couple of exercises we can do here. Today let's do a little bit of the glutes also. So you're gonna lift the left leg up. Okay, point your toe, flex if you're gonna lower down. Okay, inhale, lift up. Exhale, flex your feet and lower down. Okay, so point up, flex and down. So you can do as many as you can, and then you will start feeling the glutes working pretty hard. Okay, so after you do a couple of times, once you're feeling tired already, it's time for us to move on into a little bit more abs, since today's focus is on the abs. Okay, we're going to keep your hand at the side. Your palms is down, okay? You might not be able to see my palms, but my palms is down. Okay, now keeping your spine really nice and straight. You're going to inhale and then exhale. We go for a side bend. Okay, I'm reaching my fingers down towards my toes and coming out of the side bend. And I relax and down. And of course I want to create a gap again on my waist, between my waist and the mat. You see a big gap, depends on how big and small is your waist. I got a pretty big hip and I got a very tiny waist. So inhale and exhale. Come on, feel the side here squeezing. See my fats. And then relax. Inhale and exhale coming out. Yeah. And lower down. Of course you can make it harder by lifting your legs too. I like this version. And the lower down. I call this a mermaid. Okay, I'm imagining I'm a mermaid, and then I'm just coming out, swinging my mermaid tail up, and I'm coming out of the water. I'm posing. Inhale and then exhale. A mermaid posing. And then down. Good. Just a few more times, squeezing at the side here. And then down. And make sure you don't fall backwards. Common mistake, falling backwards. And people like to look at their toes. See? Okay, it's not wrong. You're working other muscles. I always say there's nothing wrong, but you're just working on other parts of the muscles. So we want to focus on really on the sideways. So try not to do this. I feel it on my back if I'm doing that. So yes, all right. So that's it for today. I'm not going to show you the other side. This doesn't look nice because I'm showing you your butt. No, I think I better do the other side. Just flip around this way so you can see me too. Okay. So here. So I'm lifting my waist off, I'm keeping my core really strong, and then I'm lifting the top leg up and then down. Point and flex, and point and flex. That's right. So let's do them as many times as you want. You start to feel the butt squeezing here. The gluteus medius are working. The abductor, as also your feet is working really hard. Your core, of course. Now let's go for the side bend. and relax and down. Inhale and then exhale. Inhale and release. Exhale and release and down. Of course, you can add in with your legs. And then lower down. Inhale and exhale. And then lower down. And 2 more times. And again, you can actually do as many as you want, okay? Yeah, I'm just doing a few times so that I don't waste your time here. Alright, I think that's all for today. I'm so sweaty now, and I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't forget to click like, to subscribe, give me a thumbs up so I can do more videos, okay? Share it to your friends. Bye bye. Coach Jojo IFBB Pro checking out.